Ladies and gentlemen, your boy has made it to Italy, Rome. Get here and there's a train strike. Like, it was even crazy trying to get on the train. But by the time I leave here, when I'm shooting my final video at the airport or going to the airport, I'm gonna let y'all know about 3 words that I learned here. You know what I mean? Yeah, so the goal was to go home and check into the Airbnb, but I'm a little hungry, man, because I've been on a 16-hour journey getting here. Flight being delayed and stuff, so there's a little mall eatery right there, so I'm gonna stop by and grab food and then continue the journey home. So far, I don't know, man. I'm catching like I'm in Europe vibe, but I'm not catching the Italy vibe yet. Maybe when I get something to eat. Maybe I'm hungry, that's why. So Mission Italy failed. Is actually a grocery store. Rather just go home and freshen up and then go and get something to eat than to go to a grocery store. Already got 2 bags to carry. Traveling is very interesting. I have a little dilemma. The bus never showed up. Decided to walk 35 minutes to the Airbnb in places nobody knows. For the sake of discovery and taking risk in life, you know. Alright, little update. Didn't make it to the Airbnb. It's too hungry, man. I haven't eaten properly, I feel like, since I left Toronto 20 plus hours ago. You know what I mean? The airport food is not the best and I wasn't feeling the greatest. So made a pit stop to this local pizzeria. And it's only 7 p.m. local time. It feels later than that because it's very dark, but it's only 7 o'clock. It's on a Sunday, so yeah. What up, everybody? Welcome back to another day. Well, not day 2, but this is the next day of my coming to Rome. After a little pit stop, had some food. Yeah, I was just too tired to film anything after that. So here we are the next day, getting ready to attack the day. Head over right now to a walk-in food tour. I always enjoy like these walk-in tours whenever you hit a new city because you get to walk around and get to take in a little bit of the ambiance of the city, find out about food and stuff. Right now, I'm just getting my morning coffee before I head out and hit the streets of Rome. This coffee's strong though. Ooh, I need some more sugar in here. Salute. Let's start the day.
You go straight here and you arrive in the square.
Fourth generation. Boss here is still the mom that is probably in the back. If she's not here sitting with her friends, she's probably in the back. I know her for more than 20 years and she's been 90 something for all this time, so I'm afraid to ask how old she actually is, but I learned not to ask that.
So first stop of the tour, we ate some cheese, drank water, and some fruit. Like I say, highly recommend it whenever you go to a new city to do these walk-in tours. This one includes food, obviously, so it makes it a little bit of an incentive if you're just waking up and, you know, having at breakfast and stuff like that. But honestly, everything I've eaten so far is good. You already know. You know what I mean?
From home, or you don't want to live on sandwiches and pizza and stuff. In fact, there is no space outside. They used to have 2 little tables, but after COVID they had to give it back. So, but they have a huge kitchen, so they sacrifice the space practically to have a huge kitchen. And they make their everything from the scratch, like tomato sauce. Then they make it when tomatoes are in season, jar them and use them through the year when tomatoes are not as good. But since it's called Pizzeria, I think it's true, right? Family, own place, they own a shop, they live upstairs, but they also have a farm with their animals, and they say those pigs have only one bad day in their life. So I have somebody who doesn't eat pork. She's like, what's wrong with them? Like, you know, she's like, that's what I do. I eat I eat only pork. So that's You see the yellow thing on the wall? So once you arrive there, on your right, you're gonna see the bar that it's called Bar San Calisto.
Yep.
It's also amazing for a coffee. If you like, it's still one of those places where coffee costs 90 cents.
Food tour is completely done. Just finished things up, had my gelato, it was nice. Two things real quick before I forget. Highly recommend it. I'll make sure to put the information of our tour guide. Super dope, super funny. And also recommend anytime you go anywhere, doesn't matter if you're in Rome or anywhere in the world, I always recommend these walk-in food tour. Not only you get a little history lesson, but you also get some good food. Yeah, no, it was dope. It was dope. Honestly, it was good. Had all this food and I don't feel overly bloated or anything like that. And now we're just hanging out in the streets of Rome, just walking around. Food tour, thumbs up. We're back. It's been a couple of days since I've been here in Rome. Your boy was tired, so I had to take a couple of days to get my life together. It is super early right now as I'm headed down. I don't want to say downtown because I don't know if it's downtown, but I am going to get on the Vespa. Anyways, I'm gonna get on one of them bikes and he gonna take us around and show us Rome. And you're supposed to be able to capture the early morning rise and things of that nature. So this should be actually exciting as I'll get to see the real Rome, I guess. All of the tourist stuff. I get to do it today, so get in the cab and then we're gonna head, I'll just say downtown. In life, if you gotta go and see one thing, it has to be the Colosseum, has to be. And you know, on these things, you do gotta come early enough so there's not a lot of people. And right now, interesting enough, Rome is under construction. They're having some event next year in 2025. So they got all of this big monuments under construction. So some of them are blocked. Some of them you can still see. The Colosseum, you can actually still see it. It's right behind. So that's it, I made it. I could just catch a flight and go back to Toronto. Early morning vibes. In Roma. So the adventure begins. About to get on the bike. Make sure I get my helmet for safety, you know what I mean? Should be fine. We're right at the Colosseum, by the way. So you come up here, you take pictures, and then you go for a ride. And then they show you around Rome and some of the most important parts, I guess. So, wish me luck. Hier, iedereen is de water. Made it to the first stop of the tour. As you can see a little bit over, you can kind of see Rome and everything like that. It's starting to rain, so I need to go undercover. So he was saying that because we're so early, all the tourists, they come a little bit later. We get to explore and there's almost nobody here. So the goal is to make it right there, which is the highest point in Rome. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go because it started to rain, man. Made it to the highest point in Rome. As you can see behind, you can see the city, and I'm at the highest point here. I had to tuck my camera away and do my phone because it's raining a bit, which is kind of crazy, but Giuseppe Garibaldi, oh man, my Italian is so bad. Yeah, this is the highest point. They have car shows that happen here on the weekend on Saturdays. Actually, this is what it is, you know what I mean? Which is the second stops on the tour. So, got a cappuccino, a little bit of breakfast situation, and we'll get back on and continue the journey. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Bye-bye. Tour is over. I mean, it was great. Honestly, it's a great tour. It takes you around the city. You get to see the architecture. You're just in the back enjoying yourself. So I would highly recommend if you come up here, and again, you get to get dropped off in this beautiful location here, which is, I mean, you can't come to Rome and not come to the Colosseum. It just don't make no sense. Right now, it's all about getting some food in the system and continue to explore Rome. Welcome to another day, man. I love coming out here on the balcony, man. Right now, I'm headed over to a cooking class. Today, I'll get to show you a lot more of the food and stuff, as I'll be able to go out to restaurants and kind of try out some of the famous spots that are known in Rome. So anyways, enough jibby jabba. Let me get this thing going and start the day. So class is officially done. I guess after the class, we go sit down and then they bring us the pasta tiramisu that we made and then we get to eat it. So hopefully mine don't kill me and then it tastes good. But this is definitely a fun little experience to do. Again, when you're coming up here and you're traveling, definitely, if you're looking for things to do, this is highly, highly recommended. I don't know what it is about Italian. Everybody got jokes. Everybody is funny. All right, my man. And then, yeah, now I'm head over and have a seat and eat my pasta. I ran into the most interesting thing. This is actually a courtyard. This is an Apple store, by the way. And they have this amazing looking courtyard, you know, straight European architecture. I thought this was cool. I'll stop by and take a little video. So there's actually 2 Apple stores you can see there. And they're actually, you got employees that are walking through the hallway to get to the other half of the store, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but it looks super nice at nighttime. And the Apple store is on the other side, as you can see. This is all the Apple store. Cool little store, man. I mean, all the money Apple takes from us. Of course, they will have a nice looking store in the middle of Rome. To Florence in another part of Italy. Today it's all about a day trip to Florence. Just wanted to take a little break from Rome a little bit and explore, I guess, the history. The architecture in Italy is just crazy anyway, either way. For an hour and a half to get here, spend the whole day here, and then head back to Rome, finishing out the rest of the trip. Let's go explore the city right now. Yo, so I made it over to this little square situation here. First impression, 30 minutes in, it's a lot of people in here, for sure. I think perhaps is also where I am currently. This seems to be like the train station is in the city center type of thing, so it's a whole lot more people here in comparison to Rome. Rome did feel a lot quieter. Living in Toronto, obviously, as soon as you leave, I feel like it feels like summertime anywhere else you go when it's 20 plus degrees, especially now in October where it's fall season and it's single digit weather there. So I'm just gonna keep walking around and hopefully get to a little cafe spot or to grab lunch. I'm getting a little hungry. So far so good, just busy. So fun little fact from that little window I just showed you. Apparently you're supposed to knock and order and be able to order wine from there and they would just bring it out. Not really sure if it's still operational today, but that's a little cool thing that I see as you're walking around. Beautiful architecture. You see this building here. I think so far that's the feel that I'm getting, especially in the area that I'm in right now. Is like it's completely shops, architecture, just mad people. October was supposed to be like a really quiet time, so I can't imagine what it looks like here when you're coming in the middle of summer, July or August, walking around and trying to figure things out. Cause boy, I love people, but too many people. It's like, why y'all here? This is supposed to be my spot. So this is called Piazza del Duomo. Piazza del Duomo. Piazza del Duomo. There you go. Shout out to Piazza. We in the building. Another little cool square spot on a quest to find a spot to go sit down and have some food now. Just here to give you a little bit of feedback of what I just ate. Of course, found this thing on TikTok, so waited about 45 minutes in line. It's supposed to be the greatest sandwich ever, but I'm gonna be honest with you, TikTok hyped the out of this thing. And they have this interesting upstairs with a couple of tables that you can actually go after you order your sandwich and eat it up there. But there was another sandwich spot right across the street that had less people and less of a lineup, and I think that would have did just the trick. TikTok hyped the out of it. That's what I'm saying. I don't trust the TikTok situation because TikTok hypes up everything and then you get there, you're like, it's not that great. You know what I mean? I mean, feel free to check it out if you got time and there's no lineup if you're ever in Florence, but I will pass. Now, people just walk right in front of you. They don't even stop. Essentially, you're able to come up here and kind of see there's way too many people here, but you can watch the sunset up here. Quite the climb to get up here. You got to fight for a spot, and you can literally see the whole city ahead of you, seeing Florence from, I believe, the highest point right here. So sunset is probably the best time to come and walk around here because it gives you the best, you know, for your pictures, videos. This is great, man. You could come up here. As long as you don't mind big crowds, that is part of the process. Climbing up was a little difficult, but going down will be much easier on the legs and the knees. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this part of the vlog, of course, and I'll be heading down now, and this is the path. Train is in an hour, so I gotta walk back to the train station now, and then I guess we'll take it from there. This is Florence, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm visiting the Vatican, the smallest country in the world, but it feels like the center of something huge. History, art, and spirit are everywhere, and walking through it is absolutely breathtaking. The tour took about 2 hours, packed with non-stop facts and incredible sights. One of the biggest highlights was the Sistine Chapel. No cameras allowed, but Michelangelo's ceiling is unreal. Years of work lying on his back to create one of the greatest artwork in history, and seeing it in person makes you stop and just reflect. This reminded me of why I love traveling. It's the way places like this connect us to history, creativity, and belief. Taking a tour at the Vatican, and this is the St. Peter's Church. This is the main spot. And of course, I think this is a must-see when you come to Rome. You can't come to Rome without seeing this. This was a great tour. I've shown you clips of it, of all of the painting, the wall, the architecture. Crazy enough, like this has been standing up for like centuries. As you know, I'm standing right in the middle of it. It's incredible, incredible. If you love architecture, if you love history, or you just have a curious mind, and the Vatican walking tour is definitely one to check out when you come to Rome. Hopefully the video made justice to what you can see with your own eyes, but incredible, incredible, incredible. So now time to go catch a cab and head to the cribbo. When you see that, you know that the trip is done. I am currently at the airport waiting for my flight on my way back to Toronto. Of course, 2 weeks is up already. Rome is definitely one of the cities that you have to do. Architecture was great. I got a time to really see things. The fact that I'm in the field of architecture, so it was nice to see the design, the buildings. I had a little bit a hard time adjusting, especially when it comes to coffee. I think this is probably one of my only travels that the coffee just wasn't consistently hitting me. I like sweeter drinks and sweeter coffees, so maybe for people who love coffee, this might be their thing, but I know for me, I kind of struggle a bit in comparison to other European countries that I go to. I got a chance to get on the fast train, which is one of the things that I wanted to do, and that was a great experience. I like a little bit comfort when I travel, so whenever I can and I have the means to upgrade or do that, I'm always for it. If you never came to Italy, you definitely gotta come. It is a country that you need to come and experience at least once. Rome especially, to be able to see the Colosseum in real life. It's like, okay, cool, bucket list check. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow my Instagram, Mr_Activated, for more of these similar type of adventure and many more things to come on the channel. So, and I learned 2 words, buongiorno and grazie, which means thank you and good morning. Those are only 2 words that I can remember, so I got 1 more to do. Anyways, until next time, peace out, and I'll see y'all in the next video.